So, moving on to track number 4, it's Shadows in the Flame. Mother Nature's trying to set the mood. There's a bunch of thunder and lightning out there, so hopefully it doesn't affect the audio too much. But I don't think it will once the music plays. So, let's jump into Shadows in the Flame.
As the day begins to fade, even tides when I'm afraid, I'll never know if you'll appear, but my senses say you're near. In the dark, when I write, telling fortunes for my life, I'm sitting here by candle flame. When will you arrive again?
I'm always curious if he's still talking about his wife, which died. I'm just curious if that's what he's talking about or something else at this point. I know it was a part of this big story way back on like Lost Love or whatever, but and I was imagining it still had to do with solitude and stuff like that too, and alone, right? But I don't know, who knows? It was a quickie, nice little acoustic track. We're getting way more acoustic tracks on this album than we ever got before by the band. Definitely an experimental album with lots of symphonic elements, piano, acoustics, you know, they're really changing things up. There's that thunder. So we're going to move on before it gets any more pissed off. Track number 5, or track number 18 as a whole, if we're talking about the whole album, it's called Visions. Maybe it's talking about his prophecies. Let's check it out.
Once again, I watch them dance around the flames. Sparks start to fly. I can't speak from seeing answers that I seek. Shapes start to form as I stare. The shadows taunt as if to dare. Go sleep, embrace, takes my heart. Now I surrender and it starts. Visions in the night, show me what is right. Help me through the maze of mystery. I would sell my soul, only I could know what the future holds and what will be. Slowly, my hand turns the page.
We get that big, powerful drum sound again, which we got on a couple tracks now. Cool guitars. They got an edge to them. There's some grit to it. I like the guitar tone. Pretty cool.
It never ceases to amaze. Fill me with hope. If you can, I will become a better man. Visions in the night, show me what is right. Help me through the maze of mystery. I would sell my soul, only I could know what the future holds and what will be. Visions come.
enjoying this section here. The chorus isn't quite captivating me like it did on other tracks, but yeah, this part right here, I don't know if we're leading up to a solo or what, but I'm loving it.
Only time will prove that I'm right. Will my words come true? I can't deny the gift of foresight. There's nothing I can do.
I really like that line. Only time will tell if I'm right. And then something about his foresight. But yeah, it's so true. The only way you can call him a liar is if you have to wait for the event to happen. And if it doesn't happen, his prophecy wasn't right. So I just like some of the lyrics in here. They're pretty interesting.
Premonitions running wild. I can
And I just experienced a power outage. That's what just happened there. I told you it was thundering and lightning outside. Big storm. Luckily, it only lasted a few minutes, and I'm able to continue. I didn't want to have to wait a whole day and try to come back to this. Thankfully, it came back. So we're going to jump right back in, guys, as if nothing happened.
premonitions running wild. I can see them now. All alone I fantasize. As daylight breaks through the stars, I wonder how I got this far as I leave my room and lock the door. I know I live forever. Visions in the night show me what is right. Help me through the maze of mystery. I would sell my soul, only I could know what the future holds and what will be. Visions in the night, show me what is right. Help me through the maze of mystery. I would sell my soul, only I could know what the future holds and what will be.
Well, besides having a blackout, that went pretty well. Don't mind this commercial coming up, this advertisement. But yeah, a pretty decent track. What I found so far...
Ambition is on.
Don't play it. Stop trying to play an ad. What I found so far on this second disc of this album is the vocals, the lyrics, all that stuff is sticking out to me way more than the instrumentations. Instrumentations sound good, but they're not like really jumping out at me as crazy or like these crazy hooks or anything or something real memorable. It's more the vocals. Rob Halford's really what's making Disc 2 memorable for me so far. I'm only 5 tracks in. We're halfway done, but that's what I'm feeling so far. But a pretty good track, and like I said before, a lot of these tracks are going to get better on when I keep going through them, keep re-listening to them. It's only my first time hearing it, right? And even on my first time, by the end, when you're hearing the chorus again for like the third time and hearing things come back, you're already like, okay, this is pretty damn good. So I can't wait to revisit these songs, but that was a pretty good song. Moving on to track number 6 on this 2, which is called Hope. Let's check it out. I just want to say that first section reminded me of those little music boxes that used to wind up. It's kind of sound like that style, the keys and that they were using.
Hope in my heart as a new day has dawned. I see your light on the wings of a dove, lifting me up as the dark clouds retreat. My courage transcends, and you make me complete. Hope in my heart with the advent of spring. I am reborn with the love that you bring.
So he's getting hope now after being exiled and alone. Interesting. Yeah, this must be the slowest Judas Priest song ever, right? Like in terms of tempo, in terms of Halford's voice, he's really drawing out those words, right? I just never heard him do that before. Pretty interesting. Something different. Again, this whole album's kind of experimental, whether we're talking about the musical style or it being a concept album in itself and it's being double disc and everything. So whether you like this album or not, you got to give them credit for trying something different. So many bands stay in the same rut over and over, and it's hard to tell their albums apart, but you're not going to get that with Priest. So yeah, it was a pretty decent track. I like the uniqueness of it. Damn, Disney, pay Judas Priest to use this in one of your movies. It would work out for an inspirational moment, where someone needs hope. Yeah, it was okay, but moving on. Track number 7, New Beginnings. After there's hope, there's new beginnings. So let's check it out. The drum pattern's kind of throwing me off. It felt like at first it wasn't vibing with the rest of the music, but now I was like, it can kind of work. It just threw me off.
Now at last, my dream is real. I found peace, true love can heal.
Okay, I think there's a solo about to drop. I'll go back a little bit. Um, Interesting. I'm kind of vibing with this song more than I thought I would be, just given the tempo and the style. Usually not my thing, but I don't know. And the drums are working now. They kind of faded in once I started focusing on the vocals and the guitars more. The drums kind of faded in perfectly into the background. So I guess they do fit. It just took me a while to adjust. But yet, just again, very intricate, unique choices of chords and picking for the guitars. Just so different. The friggin' Rob Halford's vocals on this one, magnificent. And it's like his Elton John track or something. I don't know. It just sounds great.
Give up, our day has
Wow.
I never felt the
I like that instead of going for a shred fest like some of their songs, this one really encapsulates the power behind the notes and fills it with emotion. You can just really vibe to that section of the track.
could happen to me. So many lonely days and nights. I never knew that you were waiting for me. Hope was out.
The piano and the synths in the background too, I have to add this, is just really boosting things again into a more epic direction. Love everything about this section.
Lonely days and nights. I never knew that you were waiting for me. Hope was out of sight. And suddenly I see the future clearly. And finally I know at last I can't let go. Living the dream of my life. I was alone, no one in sight. This love, I'll never throw it all away. Now that you're in my life to
Already? Damn. Damn. You know it's a good track when it's almost 5 minutes long and it felt like a minute. I was just vibing so much to this track. Uh, the instruments really let Rob Halford's voice do most of the heavy lifting. Like they were perfect background noise for to set up him vocally in this track. Like I said before, it was almost like his Elton John track, but it works, man. Totally worked. One of my favorite slower ballad type tracks by the band that they done in their career. This one is really well made. I like all the little nuances in there too, with the keys and the piano and the picking and the powerful notes near the solo section and everything. And just a really beautiful track, really. New beginnings. It surprised me.